All right, folks, back today to talk about the CONCACAF W Gold Cup. It's been so exciting. USA versus Colombia. What a game. I think it was the first time that a lot of us really saw the potential that the Emma Hayes era is going to bring. This team looked completely different. The pace and the intensity was just so high, and I think that lent itself really well to certain players. I think they had, some of the best football I've ever seen them play. Corbin Albert looked great. Sam Coffey looked great. I'm not usually a huge fan of those two players, but, they really were in their element. Another player I've been high on for a while that had a great game, Jaden Shaw. My goodness, her vision and ball playing ability is stellar. Just really fantastic team game. Emily Fox, so many good players and things were just working. It was awesome. But I want to talk about Miss Jenna Nighswonger. I think she's a fantastic player. I think she has so much potential. Like, the ceiling is just so high for her. And I really think she could be one of the top 5 left backs in the world in the next 3-4 years. So let's have a look at her game. She's doing some really awesome things that we can learn a lot from. All right, so the first clip here is just the kickoff. The U.S. is in a 4-3-3, so 4 defenders, 3 midfielders. Lindsey Horan's kind of hiding on the kickoff, and then 3 forwards. They had the outside backs and the wingers really work in partnership, and Nighswonger and Shaw it looked really good. So yeah, here's Jenna Nighswonger, left back, and we're just gonna kind of follow along with this play and see how she gets herself into the game in the first minute. So we're gonna lose her up here, but she's dipping in on the wing, stepping up into that tackle. Whistle blows, enter shenanigans, and this was kind of the theme of the game. It did detract from it. It wasn't great, and honestly, Colombia got nothing out of all this. So nice run down the line there, great speed, and then once she's in that space, she just holds the space, slows down the speed, makes sure Jaden has an option. And then look, we're tracking back, paying attention to the ball, and just keeping that width. So yeah, let's look at it again. So yeah, it does a good job kind of picking up some player. This girl here, she was just kind of sitting on the sideline. Does a good job picking that up, realizing she needs to bite in there. Doesn't fully win that tackle, but it's just saying, hey, I'm here. You're not getting anything easy. It's good. You don't always need to come away with the ball. It's completely fine. Win the free kick. What I really like about this is her pacing of her run. So just watch how she modifies the pace. Very fast. Once she has the space, she slows down, and it just gives Jaden more options. And then this is nice. Her adjustment back is really just dependent on who has the ball, what touch is happening. Sometimes it's just a little jog. Sometimes she picks it up a little bit, but it's good. It's very disciplined. This one was nice. Another one, just simple, good play. So here she is. Oh, it gets a little bit congested over there, but we still managed to avoid the throw, and Colombia has to bring this all the way back. So there's a lot going on here. Let's have another look, because there's a lot happening. I love this when everybody's kind of pointing in the same direction. Like, yeah, there's a lot of space there. She's really going to read this ball, and you see the bounce. The bounce changes the direction, and as soon as she reads that bounce, she changes the angle of her run and just goes to pick up that ball instead of the player. See there? I watch her just round it off. It's really nice. Really good reaction. And then here, I really like this. It's getting very, very congested, and instead of just throwing it away, she looks for that tiny little pocket of space, realizes we've got Alex here to help. Confused me there, number 7 for a minute. And yeah, instead of having a throw in your own half of the field, it's all the way up here for goalkeepers. Buy yourself a bit more time. It's really nice. So this is a great play. I think she just has a really good ability to read and react, and I love what Corbin Albert's about to do. Fantastic awareness. That's nice. Just put it in the box and say, hey, you got to be careful because I will pop it in the box from here. This is fantastic from Corbin Albert as well, just really great awareness of where folks are and where things should be moving. And then, yeah, I mean, Nighswonger is obviously not expecting to receive the ball when she's square with Corbin Albert there. So just really great job being on her toes, reacting to that quickly, and just moving forward with it. Okay, so next up we're going to look at something a bit more defensive. And Jenna Nighswonger apparently played midfield and forward in college, and it was her coach at Gotham that converted her to left back. So you think about an attacking-minded player converting to defense, where do we think their weaknesses might be? Probably going to be on learning how to play in the back half of the field. So let's just have a look. Germa's trying to get rid of the ball. And then Nighswonger is all the way up here. She is paying attention to the play, checking over her shoulder, still checking, adjusting. But she ends up just a little bit off from her runner. And it's such a slight thing that makes it happen. So everybody sucked a little bit lower than I would like to see them. I'd like to see Germa just take one step over, Davidson take one step over, and Nighswonger take one step over. That being said, I do think they actually played this kind of more flexible, back four, where they would pull down to the wing a little bit more depending on where the ball was, quite often this left side. I don't love it, but it worked for them, so no complaints there. It just means there's a ton of space back here. They're very, very vulnerable to the switch, and they're going to have to react really quickly to it when it happens. So Linda Caicedo is going to switch this ball really nicely, and Nighswonger is trying to react just a little too slow. So here, I think what happens is she sees her mark. She's keeping an eye on her. She's not unaware of her. But the run for her is a little bit angled, right? This Colombia girl is going to run in about here. And Nighswonger's adjustment is to step closer to the player because there's so much distance between them. And in reality, what she needs to do is probably get into that lane a little bit faster. So you're going to see her step forward. And as she steps forward, that's when this ball starts flying and she realizes, oh no, hold on, I have to go back a bit. So she steps and then so slight, ever so slight. It's just a tiny, tiny footwork thing that causes it. So something to work on. A couple minutes later, one of my absolute favorite plays of the game. Boom. All that separation. Miles and miles of separation. I just missed. But this move that she pulls off is my absolute favorite, and she does it all the time, and it is so dang easy and so effective. It's this arm swing. She does really big arm swing, and it's like, for a fake shot or a fake cross, and it is so convincing. This time she pairs it with like a nice chop, change of direction, super effective, but she does this all the time, and it just always works for her. It's a great move, super easy to add to your game too. But yeah, watch for that in games when you watch her play. She uses it all the time, and sometimes she doesn't even pair it with a second move. It'll literally just be the arm swing, and it just gives her, a little bit more time to get her head up and make a decision. Really great move, I love it. So yeah, things just keep getting better and better for her. This is the goal. Really great long ball by Germa. It comes down very nicely. It's just so good. I love Vaselli too, the can't catch me. All right, let's look at it again. It's a really great ball from Germa. The way it drops, it just gives Alex a lot of time to really make sure she's getting it. Pops it on nicely, knowing that run's been there all night. Oh, it's exciting. Great technique, though. If you can look at the foot position, she does a great job to just drive that ball in. Look at that. It's bouncing on her, too. So she really does need to read that bounce, and it's a good goal. It's a very good goal. Yeah, I'd be pretty stoked too. I would be pretty stoked too if I had just scored that. This one made me laugh a little bit. Something Nighswonger does really, really well is face the ball. Her footwork, hip turn, really, really focused on making sure she's available to receive the ball, run into the ball, just tracking the play, all of it. A little bit of a rare exception here. She's a little bit busy adjusting her shorts, fixing the uniform. She's got her back turned. And I think this kick catches her by surprise. Yep. She sure does look surprised, but look. What? What? How did we go from, oops, I wasn't ready for that, to I'm going to win that ball and play it in? A lot of players, this ball comes to them and they're not ready and they go, my bad. But the best players, that happens to them and they get superpowers, right? Like something switches in their brain and everything is just, no, 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 I gotta have that ball back. I gotta make stuff happen. And Jenna Nighswonger is one of those players, and you can see the moment where instead of shaking her head, she literally just turns on the jets. Right there, it's just so disciplined. Yeah, see the head down sprinting, bit of physicality, focused on that ball, heads up to whip it in. It's so good. It's very disciplined. Very, very disciplined. All right, another moment on D. She's caught a little bit out of position, but I think she does a nice job to try and adjust. So let's have a look at that. She's pretty far out wide here, and you just saw Davidson kind of tell her, hey, can you dip in? Realizes her girl might be an option, and then just accompanies that out. So yeah, again, you're gonna see Davidson say, hey, get in there. And then right there she goes, oops, oops, let me catch up to you. And then when she rounds that off, does a nice job just to check, hey, where are my teammates at? Can I pursue this ball into this area? So, you know, the tracking's not perfect, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all, right? All right. Now this is where I do get a little unhappy. We cannot block the ball like that. We cannot turn our back and block the ball like that as a defender. And you know, this just takes some time to get out of your system. As a forward, you're charging in a lot of the time, and this is just easy to do. But you cannot not be facing the ball as a defender. And just what cracks me up about this, if I bring it back, there's a point at which she's got about 2.5 toes on the ground, 1 leg up in the air, 2 arms up in the air. Like, this is not a position of strength. You're going to give away a penalty like this. So I think a lot of the time you just got to face the ball, and if you're going to eat it in the face or the stomach, you're going to eat it in the face or the stomach. It's part of being a defender. All right, 75 minutes in. Legs are getting tired. Legs are getting tired. But Nighswonger is still running. She is still running. This ball right here is incredibly technical, very difficult to play. Ah, what a miss. Yikes. Let's go over it again. There's just too many good things happening. The movement from Nighswonger here, the pace, the speed, that's great. But I love this part here. Turns her hips, look of a little taps back. And I think Sophia Smith does her best work right here. So that is a great ball into her and somewhere she's very comfortable. 75 minutes in, still making it happen. And then the last clip, again, 80th minute, we're tired, but this was a pretty bad drop from Nighswonger. Again, she always tries to recover. She does have great recovery speed, but this was, this ain't it, sis. Yeah, I mean, she's checking the shoulder. It's half a battle, but her mark just gets away from her, and it really cracks me up because look here. She's looking one way, player's going the other way, and she still thinks she has her. All right, that's all the film I've got. I hope you feel like you got a good sense for Jenna Nighswonger's play style. Honestly, it was difficult because she was on the ball a lot. There was so much I couldn't cut in. She must have taken like 527 throw-ins, a bunch of one-touch plays on the ball. She was really, really comfortable in a complete workhorse that game. So, you know, the future is bright for her. Only a few small things to work on. Doesn't that get you excited about this team? A true left back, a true right back. Holy moly. This is a U.S. team that's going to be able to play with 4 players back there consistently. And as someone that is a big fan of a 4-4-2, that really, really excites me to have that kind of stability for this team. So thanks for watching. Really enjoyed making this. And, you know, if you want to watch more film with me, please leave a comment. Let me know what kind of film you want to watch, and we'll get it cut.